Justin Bieber nearly had to take a paternity test. What a waste of a test that would have been.
Ricky Gervais' harshest celebrity takedowns that actually happened. From standing ovations to stunned silence, Ricky Gervais has mastered the art of detonating truth bombs in rooms full of the world's most powerful entertainers. Tonight, we're counting down the most savage, on-record moments that left Hollywood gasping, laughing, and sometimes glaring straight into the camera. These aren't rumors or tall tales. They're the actual barbs delivered on live television that turned awards shows into cultural earthquakes. Buckle up. The 2020 nuclear opener. Take your award and...
Verbal. She's old school. It's the last time, who cares? Oh.
It wasn't just a monologue, it was a warning shot to the entire industry. Gervais opened the 2020 Golden Globes by mocking corporate hypocrisy, telling the room not to use the stage for political speeches and to come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and God, and off, a line that ricocheted across headlines before the credits rolled. He hammered Apple, Amazon, and Disney for moralizing while running businesses tied to questionable labor practices, adding that if ISIS had a streaming service, you'd call your agent, the kind of line that makes executives visibly sink into their seats. Then came the Felicity Huffman zinger. His limo's license plate was made by Felicity Huffman, a brutal callback to her prison sentence that drew audible gasps. He pushed even further with a Jeffrey Epstein crack. I know he's your friend, but I don't care. Making it clear that no topic and no VIP was off limits. And when he jabbed Leonardo DiCaprio by saying that by the end of The Irishman, Leo's date was too old for him, the camera cut to DiCaprio laughing through the burn. The perfect graphic equalizer for Gervais' precision strike. The 2011 takedown of the tourist and Hollywood ego.
Hold out and just don't look at it when you touch it.
Gervais walked into the 2011 Golden Globes and detonated a grenade under the awards machine with his now infamous crack about the tourist's nominations, implying the Hollywood foreign press accepted bribes and that nobody had even seen it. A line fired with such surgical cynicism, it instantly set the tone for the night. He introduced Bruce Willis as Ashton Kutcher's dad, weaponizing the pop cultural shock of the Demi Moore timeline into a single deadpan blow that sent the room reeling. He aimed one of his classic darts at Scientology with two heterosexual actors playing gay, the opposite of some famous Scientologists' bit. The exact kind of industry inside joke he specializes in saying out loud. He even swung at Charlie Sheen, asking what he does on New Year's Eve if Monday looks like that. A perfectly timed culture snapshot disguised as a punchline. And when he set up Tom Hanks and Tim Allen with "The Other is Tim Allen," it triggered one of the night's most memorable onstage clapbacks, and proved Gervais could direct the entire room's energy like a conductor. The 2016 firestorm, Affleck, Caitlyn Jenner, and Bill Cosby. By 2016, Gervais didn't just break the ice. He flash-froze the room and shattered it. He welcomed the audience of disgusting, pill-popping, sexually deviant scum, a nuclear-level opener that told viewers everything they needed to know about the hour ahead. He introduced Matt Damon as the only person Ben Affleck hasn't been unfaithful to, a precision burn that pulled a visible oof from the room and became one of the year's most shared clips. He then complimented Caitlyn Jenner's status as a role model before swerving into a shock joke about not doing much for women drivers, an immediate flashpoint that underscored his no safe targets ethos and drew widespread coverage. In a darker register, he quipped that he'd rather have a drink with Mel Gibson than Bill Cosby, then ran back out to ask Gibson, "What the f does sugar tits even mean?" Comedy as controlled detonation with the censors scrambling to catch up. When Hollywood talks back, and he doubles down.
Last one, come on guys. Our next presenter starred in Netflix's Bird Box, a movie where people survive by acting like they don't see a thing.
Ricky's roasts don't exist in a vacuum. They bounce off oversized personalities who aren't used to losing the room. In 2011, Robert Downey Jr. took the mic and called the vibe unusually mean-spirited with mildly sinister undertones. A beautifully meta moment where the target wrapped a critique inside a performance, as the host smiled and moved on to the next body. That same night, Tom Hanks and Tim Allen came armed with their own counterpunch. Hanks joked they remembered Gervais as a slightly chubby but very kind comedian, and Allen twisted the knife, neither of which he is now. It was a duel, not a massacre, and Gervais never flinched. Even the HFPA itself released a post-show benediction that praised ratings while noting he occasionally went too far, which is corporate for he did exactly what he came to do. The Apple, Amazon, Disney hypocrisy blitz. The 2020 monologue wasn't just about celebrities, it was about the machinery that amplifies them. Gervais blasted the moral posturing of billion-dollar content empires, telling the room that while they might lecture on ethics, their devices and shows were built on the backs of sweatshop labor. He didn't need to name specifics. The room knew exactly which logos he meant, and the camera shots told the rest of the story. Executives shifting in their seats while the audience tittered like school kids in the back row. The punchline wasn't just the line, it was the silence that followed, punctured by nervous laughter and an "oh, he went there" energy that supercharged the rest of the night. Felicity Huffman's license plate and the art of the ricochet. It takes a special kind of gall to drop a line about a beloved actress's prison stint while her friends and colleagues are in the room, and an even rarer talent to make the room laugh through the discomfort. Gervais' license plate made by Felicity Huffman, quip, hit that unmistakable sweet spot. True, timely, and just blunt enough to sting while still functioning as a joke with clear structure. It wasn't cruel for cruelty's sake, it was a masterclass in precision targeting that made an entire industry flinch and then chuckle despite themselves. That duality, the gasp laugh, is where Ricky lives. DiCaprio, The Irishman, and the camera cut heard round the world.
But you all look lovely, all dolled up. You came here in your limos. I came here in a limo tonight, and the license plate.
Every awards show moment needs a cinematic payoff, and Gervais delivered it with the DiCaprio line about dates aging out over the runtime of The Irishman. The joke works on 3 levels: Leo's dating reputation, Scorsese's epic length, and the eternal Hollywood youth chase. And the live cut to DiCaprio laughing sealed it as instantly iconic. It's not just what you say, it's what the director cuts to next, and on that night, the broadcast itself became Gervais's tag team partner. Epstein, nerve, and the line no one else will cross. Some jokes are so radioactive most hosts wouldn't even hold them, let alone pitch them in a room full of people who knew him. Gervais tossed an Epstein grenade with, "I know he's your friend, but I don't care," and let the silence after the laugh be the message. It wasn't gratuitous. It was a point of view, a refusal to pretend that fame, power, or proximity equal protection from ridicule or critique. When a room knows you'll say the thing no one else will, your pauses become louder than most people's punchlines. The 2010 Blueprint, Cosmetic Surgeons, and the first Gibson hit. Before the viral eras of 2011, 2016, and 2020, Gervais set the tonal blueprint with early shots like the "Wonderful Faces" line, a tip of the hat to cosmetic surgeons masquerading as a compliment to the audience. He also uncorked one of his enduring bits, "I like a drink as much as the next man, unless the next man is Mel Gibson." These weren't just jokes, they were markers, planting a flag for the voice he'd amplify over the next decade, resolute, unsentimental, and absolutely unconcerned with who winces. Mel Gibson, the callback kingmaker.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
I think we all want the answer to this. What the fuck does sugar tits even mean?
I don't know, ask the guy that said it. It wasn't me.
Great roastcraft involves building a mythology you can return to, and Gervais turned Mel Gibson into a recurring shorthand for Hollywood's ID. By 2016, he wasn't just referencing Gibson, he was interrogating him live, running back on stage to ask what sugar tits even means, forcing a bleep and a bigger laugh. That's not a joke. That's a live wire bit built for television, daring censors and delighting audiences in equal measure. Why these moments live forever. These clips endure because they capture something people instinctively recognize, a rare moment where someone says the loud part out loud, in the one room where loud parts usually get whispered. Stars squirm, the crowd laughs, the camera lingers, and for a few seconds, the spectacle becomes honest. It's dangerous, and that's why it works. From Thank Your Agent and God to the only person Ben Affleck hasn't been unfaithful to, Gervais has turned live TV into a high-wire act where the joke is also the point, that no one, not studios, not stars, not even the host himself, sits beyond the reach of a perfectly weighted punchline. Documented, broadcast, argued about for years, these are the moments that didn't just roast Hollywood, they revealed it.